Are you listening? Damn.
Another episode of Trash Talk. TJ O'Connor, joined as always with my partner Damian, the Wolverine Hill. We're joined tonight by one of my favorite prospects in Minnesota, Joey Hart, who's fighting October 19 at the Myth. Trash Talk is sponsored, as always, by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Inkshrinks Tattoos, and my mom. Joey, appreciate you joining us tonight. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me again, guys.
Oh, always excited to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you for being on.
Yeah, when I seen you were getting back to action, I got excited. Like I said, you're one of my favorite guys to watch fight every time. You fought twice, really on quick turnaround, and you've had the summer off. What's the summer been like for you? Outside of the gym.
It's been good. I turned 22 on June 24th, so that was like the beginning of summer. Yeah. So that was cool. I don't know. Got up to the lake a few times. I've mostly just been training, staying in the gym, but everything's been good outside of the gym too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good to know that you're still training, still in the gym, but then also still relaxing and enjoying the summer, like breaks. I mean, not necessarily breaks, but the time away from the gym is almost as important as the time in the gym. The time away is what gets you ready and the body relaxed and the mind ready to go back into camp, And now that how long have you known about this fight and how has camp been going?
I've basically I've basically been in camp mode for a couple months now, just training every day and like 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day when I can because I'm working full time. And but I've only known about the fight for maybe a month or so, something like that. And something like I think I knew around 8 weeks out or 9 weeks out, and it's 2 weeks now. So, but I've been in great shape, been ready to fight. So when they came to that matchup, I was like, perfect. They said he was a good wrestler. I was like, perfect. I gotta right that wrong and beat that test or whatever. So
yeah, and you mentioned staying ready. That's a line that when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So when you get a call for a fight, 8 weeks notice against a tough guy, you can jump on that. For the fans that live under rocks and don't pay attention to anything, you're training up at Start BJJ with a room full of killers. You mentioned knowing about 8 weeks out from the fight. What was it like? Who have you been working with? I know a lot of those guys have had fights or fight on the same card as you. What's that room been like feeding off that type of energy?
Oh, it's been crazy. I just got done with jiu-jitsu, just got done had class and then rolled after and was rolling with some good guys. I'm in there with Colin Huckbody, who's on the card. Angel Pacheco is fighting in November. A bunch of good people. Tyler Spangler, Philip. Who else is fighting? Bobby Lee. Been working with him. Noah just fought. So, I mean, a bunch of good guys. Tyler Mathis, Max Bradley, my roommate, Augustine Hahn. Yeah, a bunch of good guys.
Yeah. You got a lot of teammates fighting on the card along with you, and you got a little bit more time to prepare for this fight. And people, familiar commission that is smooth how things went your last fight. And not to talk too much on that, but I gave Davey Young an interview after that fight. He was our night, and you guys, or that month, and you two fought on the same card that night.
Yeah.
That led up to that fight, and that I don't know bash a guy or get you to bash anybody, but like, would you mind speaking on that, because it was something about from what if my memory serves me correctly, from what he told me, it was supposed to start. They tell everybody that they're starting early, and then they just get it going right then and there. I mean, mean, how
Yeah. Yeah, it was
how did that play out? How did that even go down?
it was a weird thing where they so it was supposed to it was either 6 or 7. Let's say it was 7 they were supposed to start at the fights, and so it was be there by 6. The fights will start at 7. Well, we're there. Or no, sorry, it was like be there at like 5, and the fights will start at 7. Well, then they basically started they told us, let's say at 5:30, that the fights were going to start at 6 instead. So it was like a super short notice where we should have had an hour and a half, or let's say an hour and 40 minutes, or an hour and 20 minutes, somewhere in that range. It was just that 20
Yeah.
minutes. So it was yeah, it was rushed
And
for sure.
That
that tape hands, get changed, get warmed up, get all the gear needed or whatever that other guys might have been bringing, because I mean, at least that's how it works for our corner. Like, some guys will bring the fighter bag and everything. Some things get separated, and one guy will have one thing, and things might not be in action. But then there was also a situation with gloves, I believe, too, where they decided that they had to make that they decided to tell everybody that you had to provide your own MMA gloves.
Right. Yeah. That, and I didn't. That was the first time that was my 10th fight, and that was my first time ever being a part of a show like that. So it kind of caught me off guard. And then it was funny because
Yeah,
we
you shouldn't
traveled.
be allowed to use.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing because I'm like, how is everybody's glove? I don't know. It seems weird. But then we're out there in Kansas, so I'm with some friends, and my roommate Max is there, and they're at the hotel. I'm texting him. I'm like, "Yo, get over here with the gloves," because me and my coach are at the venue with the gloves, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, get here an hour early," because they're waiting to come. But it was a weird situation. I don't know. I don't like to. I feel like I should have been able to get the win regardless of that, and I still look at it like my opponent had the same shit. Like, he was dealing with the same stuff.
yeah.
You know, it was an hour early for him too, and everything that happened, it was happening to him too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's respect. Well, dude, it's a way to make excuses for anything. And I really like that mindset. And going into that, like, me and TJ have spoke on it a lot of the time, all the amateurs that we've spoken with. There's a lot of things to gain as an amateur and lots of experience to gain. And this is one of those things that it should never shock you again if it ever happens. This is just one of those things that goes in the experience box, and I mean, I think will strengthen the mindset and strengthen you in the future, going through these, I don't know, these adversities. And I'm not trying to talk about the promotion. I'm not going to say their name, but basically a shit show. Like, bad. It should have been run a whole lot more smooth. I mean, it should have been ran smoothly, or I'm just going to say that. I know that's wrong. Fuck it. Who cares? But it should have been ran smoother, and it shouldn't have gone down like that. And knowing that you're going to be fighting on better promotions, you've already fought for LFA, you're fighting at the Myth October 19th, fighting for these promotions, you should never go through that again. Does that make it feel a little bit better, like looking towards the future of your MMA career?
Yeah, for sure. Like fighting for Driller, LFA, all these promotions that I've fought for before, it's cool. Like, I know everything's gonna be smooth, and I'm not gonna have to worry about that kind of stuff. But no, either way, I like the fight itself was good experience. So I just like to take each one and kind of move on with that knowledge.
Definitely. And that's one of the things that I wanted to touch on, is because we talk about the experience. You've mentioned you've had 10 fights now. You've had to go through adverse situations like that, and you still made it a very close competitive fight. I mean, I've had a chance to watch that fight, and it was one that, I don't feel like the scorecards reflected properly. But moving forward now, you're coming into your 11th fight now, and you've seen so much. You're fighting a tough wrestler, Brock Morgan, October 19th at the Myth. What do you feel like at this point, Is there anything that you haven't seen as an amateur? You're going in there, you fought tough wrestlers. Your game has shown against that. You've been able to prevail, finish submissions. You're dangerous off your back. You're good striking on your feet, very calculated, take your time, good cardio. What do you see Brock bringing to the cage on the 19th that you haven't seen? And without giving too much of a game plan away, what do you need to bring to the cage just to make sure your hand gets raised?
Yeah, I think, like you said, in the 10 fights I've had, yeah, I've gained a lot of experience. And then as far as my opponent, from what I've seen, he's pretty unpredictable actually. And so he's not just like a basic wrestler, I guess. He throws some wild shit. So he may be surprising with some stuff, but I think that I have kind of seen everything that there is like at this level. I faced guys like Ben Ross, like way bigger, stronger wrestlers, and even like my last opponent, a tricky tough grappler. I mean, I've faced plenty of good grapplers, and like Jamie Nas, guys like that. I feel like in the grappling, this guy won't have anything new to show me, and on the feet, I feel like I'm just gonna pick him apart pretty easily. I think I'll probably finish him. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, no, I love it as well. I mean, at this point out, we're 2 weeks away from the fight. Your confidence is definitely showing. Is there anybody that you want to thank that's been there for you this camp, whether it's in the gym, outside of the gym, any sponsors, teammates, anything like that?
Yeah, just my teammates, coaches. Brock Larson always helped me out with pretty much everything. Chaz at the boxing gym helped me with my hands. My roommate Max been helping me just all around, especially with the kickboxing stuff. Max Bradley,
Yeah.
And then Augustine Hahn, he's competing on that Fulton Brewery Jiu-Jitsu card. He's been helping me with my grappling a lot. Angel Pacheco, Tyler Matheson, all the guys in the gym, and all the other guys on the card with me. Cole Seifert, Bobby Lee, Colin Huckbody. Pretty much it. Everyone in the gym.
Yeah. Well, Joey, again, appreciate your time, sir. I look forward to
I really appreciate you.
No, Damien, go ahead.
No, I was just thanking him for the first time and tell him that I appreciate it a lot. And also
I appreciate what you guys are doing, covering the
go
sport.
ahead and like this video. Yeah, hell yeah, thank you. And the guys watching, please go ahead and like and subscribe with Damien and TJ. All right.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.